up or trying to record a podcast.
These are a little more hard to get out sometimes.
I can be hard.
Boy. Welcome to the spicy side.
Episode 4. It is the Death Star. Nice. That's what she said. Time for the Willet. Willet blend.
I love the bottle.
That's right. So apparently, on ice, I can drink it faster, but neat, you drink it faster.
I don't know what that actually means.
Well, no, it doesn't mean anything. It's just something I noticed on the last episode. It took me forever to finish my glass that was just neat because, I don't know, when it's colder, it's smoother to me.
Yeah, it has a smoother taste, and well, not a smoother taste. It's just it's easier to go down.
Yeah.
But I'm used to drinking it neat, so
See, I'm on the rocks guy.
yeah, that's from my my Jaeger days.
Oh, don't remind me.
So,
So,
all right, you said Willet.
yep, Willet. 94 proof. A lot sharper.
Oh yeah.
This is definitely a slower sip. And I find myself liking the more dangerous, easier downing ones. Still good,
This is definitely sharper.
but it makes you pace yourself.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Pace yourself with this one.
I would regularly drink this one
Yeah.
over this one.
Yeah. Not that the Willet's it's not a bad purchase. But yeah. I would rather go for the Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to what's his name, Chris Stapleton. Yeah.
I was gonna say Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow, but that's Picture.
Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow. First of all, we're not drinking Bud Light. Man. Chris Stapleton, Tennessee whiskey, bro.
Gotcha.
Oh boy.
Still good.
No, it is. It is good. It has more of a kick to it though. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a little bit more of a kick.
Yeah. I feel like if I wanted to, this is what I would drink if I had a real bad day at work and I was like, man.
Just wanted an angry drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I want to hurt myself with this one. Yeah, I got you.
I
Bad
would
day.
drink
Yep.
this one. This is a bad day. I need to get this shit off my chest.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
I need to bitch to my Discord buddies. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to get angry real fast and get over it real quick. That's this one.
Yep. Have one or two of these, and then fancy whatever beverage you like.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. I like it. I like
Not
an angry
bad.
drink every now and then.
Yeah. You know, when I left the church, that was one thing I promised myself I would never do, is truly get intoxicated while I was incredibly angry. And it has served me quite well.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
put yourself in that state of mind.
Yeah, you're already in an upset, wrong decision-making type of mindset, and then you're just going to add an inhibition to it.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense
Yeah.
at all. That isn't a very mature thing to do.
Yes. And I did that when I was 19. Wow. Actually, 17.
So you denounced the church at 17.
Yeah.
Man.
The Mormon church. And those fuckers stay there for life.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I've actually had a few conversations with Mormon followers. And
Mormon what?
followers.
Oh, followers. I thought you said ballers. I was like,
No, followers.
I never heard that one.
And it's very different. I understand, but I don't understand. But I feel like it's still another religion.
Yeah, it's
You know,
Christianity.
It's like it's pretty much the same thing.
They just have another book.
It's just a different book.
Yeah, well, another book, because they still have the Old and New Testament. They just
Okay.
added a book. Or two books, really.
So this is my biggest question with the Mormon Church,
Uh-huh.
and I might be confusing them with somebody else, but I don't think I am.
Sure.
Like, well, maybe let me ask.
You're not going to hurt me.
So, is the Mormon Church the same? Is this the same church that allows for the males to have multiple wives?
Used to.
So they don't anymore.
No.
Okay.
They have an offshoot, and it's very similar to the same name, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There's an offshoot of that has most of that in there, and they still believe in polygamy. But the Mormon Church that most people know today does not endorse polygamy.
Polygamy. Okay. So my question is this, right? And this isn't just in regards to the Mormon Church or any church or
Okay.
any individual whatsoever, but do you feel, and this is a personal question and just a general question overall, do you feel like polygamy is a bad thing?
I can see the ups and downs on either side of the fence as far as support or non-support of polygamy. I mean, there's always the old adage of like, I can barely deal with one. Why would you want to deal with more? Ha ha ha. But if you're trying to build a religion, I could see where saying we support polygamy, it will interest a certain type of person and get them to breed lots of people that will be raised in said faith, and they'd be indoctrinated into that faith and help it grow exponentially quicker. In that aspect, I get it. But as far as like regular day-to-day life that we know it now, no, there's too many feelings. And you're not going to have as much of a rich life or shared experience with more than one person.
I agree with that. Right?
It's just not. And it's hard to temper, like, well, you spent more time with wife number one than you did with me this last month, and I feel left out. And then you got all those other issues alongside with that, and it goes back to being in junior high. Why would you want to deal with that? It makes no sense.
Okay.
Unless you want, but that's dealing with your harem as, an equal. But if you're going to be the leader of the household and, provider and end all word of your family group, if you have ultimate say, then none of those rules apply. It's like, no, look, bitch. God says my word is valid, so suck it. Let me go to the next one. There's that. I mean, that's a crude way of saying it, but it's essentially how most of those types of archetypes go.
The man is
But
the end
me,
all
my-
be all.
Yeah, and that's how most religions view it. Women are barely second-class citizens in most religions, which is why most of developed nations and territories aren't really that religious.
True.
We've gotten away from it. But it's also destroyed the nuclear family,
It has.
which I still strongly believe in and try to support, because without a close family structure, how it goes back to the last episode of how are you going to know your neighbor? How are you going to have common values? How are you going to share in commonalities and enjoy life and try to protect that life when there are outside evil forces always trying to intrude?
You can't.
Yeah.
Because there's too many influences and from too many avenues, and you can't filter and protect at all angles at all times of day.
But how do you build a community that we were raised in and used to, that we can all come and congregate around and celebrate, that's not a religious based structure, that's not something that's already been downtrodden and played at, and have that community on a national level without some overbearing entity that y'all fear and respect? You know, it contradicts itself. You can't have it, because we're like-minded individuals in that aspect, but trying to get 1 million people,
To think that way,
it's just
not possible.
not going to work. You don't have that solid foundation of belief or faith to point you all to the same doctrine, as it were. It doesn't work.
No, because me and you are very like-minded, right?
We are.
But then if we brought 3 more people in this room,
It'd be a completely different conversation.
exactly, right? Like, if I brought my wife in this room, it'll automatically change the way
Yeah.
this conversation
Oh, yeah.
will go, because
My wife wouldn't even talk about it. That's who she is.
you see what I'm saying? So it's like you want to bring 1 million people and try to make them all think the same way, and it's not possible.
The best way I've been able to put it to people over the years, at least over the last 8 or 9 years, is follow Bambi. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Well, yes.
Because you could take all the commandments, all 10 of them, boil them down to one. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do you want to die? Don't kill people. Do you want someone to sleep with your wife? Don't sleep with theirs. You want to get stolen from? Don't steal. One commandment's all you need.
Treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah, literally.
That's all you need.
That's it. If everybody followed that one rule, treat people how you want to be treated, right?
We wouldn't need one God.
It would end sexism. It would end racism. It would end
All of it.
everything.
All of it.
Everything.
All of it.
Because now everybody is being respectable to every single person that they come across.
And people wouldn't feel the need to go out and be like, I'm this or I'm that or have a new agenda. It wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be a little less intelligent because we're not thinking in those broader strokes as some people might think is intelligence, but it's not. You're dumbing yourself down to try to be popular for a niche crowd.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. I'm wearing a dumb hat. Stop it.
Strawberry sherbet, man.
This is Jane's hat from the TV show Firefly.
Which was amazing.
Yep.
And it should have never been fucking.
It's so good. And my cousin made it for me for Christmas, and I love this hat. It's quite fetching. We can't have two serious fucking podcasts in a row. We got to have levity in this one.
Okay, so I want to go.
Polygamy. Fucking lots of bitches. What's up?
I actually want to go back to that.
Okay.
So I agree that polygamy, maybe in the past, I can understand it.
Sure.
Because we're trying to populate the earth, we're trying to build the bigger communities, blah 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 blah, right? But I feel like, one, as a man, if you want to have multiple wives, right? Are you capable of giving each of those women equal amount of time, energy, and effort, and
having them satisfied?
And satisfying them? Because if you can't, then why are you doing it? And then on top of that, can you actually maintain a lifestyle to keep them all happy as well?
Fuck no.
Right?
To be successful enough to provide the kind of financial support that all of them will require, especially in this day and age, is feasibly impossible. Not to mention emotionally.
Emotionally, it will be emotionally draining.
Oh yeah, you'd be a vegetable.
Right? Like between my wife and my two daughters.
You'd go from a potato to a spud.
Literally, between my wife and my two daughters, it is hard as hell to emotionally connect and be there for all three of them on whatever spectrum they're on at that time for me.
And that's just three.
And that's just three.
There are some two-parent households that have up to 12, 13 kids.
Exactly.
Holy fuck.
Right? So then having multiple wives, and say you have two children with each wife, right? So now you have a wife and two children, and you have 2 or 3 or 4 of those situations, right? How do you as a man...
Literally everything outside of
How?
work is spent with your offspring and your wives.
Yeah.
Every waking moment.
How do you do that? Like, how do you have the energy and the mental capacity? How do you do it?
Zero chill downtime. Because you're with someone schooling. And most of the time when you're doing something like that, you got to start when you're like 25. You don't have life experiences or wisdom at that age.
Not at all.
I don't think I do now, and I'm 41.
Not at all, bro. The decisions that I made in my 20s were horrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
Horrible. Like, I don't advise for any man to 100% dedicate himself to building a family or being married at the age 20 through literally 20 through 30. Because I feel like as a man, you don't truly start to understand yourself, but understand life until you hit 30, your 30s.
True.
Right? Like you don't, cause like think about it, when you're in your 20s, bro, you don't even slow down.
Especially these days.
You don't even slow down.
No.
Like shit happens and you're like, I bet I got it. Boom. You're just constantly
You're on the next move because there's so much information overload coming at you of how life's supposed to be.
You don't even take time to really figure out what the fuck happened or what's really going on. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't process anything.
100 years ago, at 20, you're a full-blown adult. That had 2 or 3 kids already and working.
My parents were 18 when I was born. They were in their 20s and they had 2 children, me and my sister who was right after me, a year after me. Okay. My other sister came, I think 3 or 4 years later. So before they were in their 30s, they already had 4 children. And they are still married to this day. 42 years married.
We share that in common. That's
right?
a rare thing for both of us to have parents that are still married.
Very rare, right? But when you think about it, right? Back then,
that wasn't uncommon.
That wasn't uncommon. No. But they were 18 with a child. They didn't really know what the fuck they were doing. right? But then society in general was completely different,
Oh yeah.
right? So even though they were teenagers, society wasn't so oppressing that they couldn't figure out and function and do what was necessary the right way,
Or find the jobs
or
to succeed.
or find
Yeah.
the means to succeed at being parents.
And every job these days is so stereotyped, it's hard to advance. Just for that alone.
Yeah.
It took me way longer than it fucking should have to make what I make now.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So it's like, how do you do that when you have 4 wives and 2 children per
It
wife?
was a different
It just,
time.
like,
It was
bro,
a different
how?
time.
And I asked this question originally.
Yeah.
I'm asking this question because it's like, I scroll through YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Sorry, X, formerly known as Twitter. And I'm like,
Twitter.
I hear the argument that people make about, polygamy and all this other stuff. And I'm like, do you understand what you're really asking for? Or do you just want to be with multiple women? And if that's if in reality, if you just want to have multiple women
Don't get married.
or multiple men, don't get married. Just stay single and tell people up front what you want.
That's the big thing.
Just be honest up front.
Honest up front. Because I was a promiscuous motherfucker back in my youth. I was around. But in one form or another, I let every single person know whether I was looking for something or whether I wasn't or what it was. And there were never any hurt feelings. I never had anyone vindictive come back at me, ever.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not hard.
Like,
I was, but
I don't think. Oh man, here we go. Here we go.
round 2, fight.
Sub-Zero,
I'm not doing it.
Sub-Zero Scorpion.
I'm not doing it neat this time.
Sub-Zero Scorpion.
Yep.
Out of those 2 characters, which one is your choice?
Sub-Zero or Scorpion?
Yeah.
Sub-Zero.
Okay. So anybody who's ever played Mortal Kombat, they have their niche character, but everybody always plays a Sub-Zero or a Scorpion character, right? And
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and this is just my own.
But I was typically Ryu or the other guy.
This is my own hypothesis, right? And same thing with Street Fighter. You're either
Chun-Li.
Ken or Ryu, right? And then you have your Chun-Li players,
Yep,
right?
Chun-Li or the crazy green bit guy.
Blanca.
Blanca, yeah.
Right. So my thing is this. I have this in my process. I feel like anybody who is a Mortal Kombat player, if you play as Sub-Zero, you are a passive aggressive person. And if you play as a Scorpion, you are a hyper aggressive person.
You're so right. You're so right. Because I will be a vindictive motherfucker when I want to come back at somebody. I'm very rarely aggressive at the front. But when I am aggressive at the front, it hurts.
You
It
see what I'm
fucking
saying?
hurts them.
Right? So it's like my question is Sub-Zero or Scorpion.
Okay.
And that'll tell me the type of person that you are.
Nice.
Right? So if you say Sub-Zero, I'm like, okay, so you're passive aggressive. You're not going to tell me how you really feel up front. And when you really finally get fed up, then you're going to really tell me what's going on. And then I'm going to really see who you truly are.
Nice. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you're a Scorpion player, you're going to tell me right out, I'm going to know right out the gate what's going on with you.
Fucking just brash asshole.
Right?
Get out.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to know right out the gate what I'm dealing with. Right?
Yeah.
So, and with that being said, I am very much a Scorpion player.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, you know it right out the gate who you're dealing with when it comes to
You know Dream's a Scorpion.
Oh, all day. All day. Right? So,
And if you're still watching, kudos to you, my friend.
so it's like, and my thing is this: I rather deal with people who are, I like the Scorpion players.
Oh, they're fun.
Because they're fun.
Yeah.
And I automatically know what I'm dealing with, and that goes right back to what we're talking about. just tell people up front what you want,
Yeah.
right? Up front what you want.
If
Like,
there's an agenda, let it be known.
just tell me up front.
If you're not expecting nothing, cool.
But just tell me up
Yeah.
front, right? But I think it takes time for people to
Get to that comfortability
get
to
to that
actually do it.
comfortability, like you said, to
Yeah.
get to actually
That's
do
where
that.
the indecisive narcissist comes in.
Yes.
It's like, okay, you're thinking too much about yourself and how you were perceived by others. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody
Facts.
truly cares.
They don't.
It's rare that they do. Rare that someone actually cares how you feel. And once you can see that someone actually cares, then try to reciprocate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what truly forms a bonding relationship.
Oh, man, it's crazy. It's like when you start to break, when you like, I love that I took psychology in college.
I didn't
because
go to college.
It's like when you no, but I mean, even if
Yeah.
you didn't go to college, like, okay, so that's another thing. Just because you went to college doesn't mean that you're
shit.
fucking smarter than everybody else on the planet.
No.
Everybody that goes to college is not intelligent. Everybody that goes to college isn't smarter than anybody else.
No.
There are people who have never stepped foot on a college campus that are more intelligent than people with fucking PhDs.
Yeah,
and
just-
I don't care what you say.
But just because you can quote Nietzsche or
It doesn't matter.
all these guys from different books doesn't mean shit to me.
It makes you book smart.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you
Does it make
smart.
you, does it help you converse with your fellow everyday man better?
No.
Then
It
what the
doesn't.
fuck's the point?
It doesn't.
Does it get you $1 or $2 more per hour at your job? Probably not. Most college people that I know of don't make fucking shit.
Tradesman makes more money than college.
Always has. Always has.
But the one thing that I love about psychology is that it helps you understand people
Sure. Sure.
better.
Yeah.
But overall, it helps you learn you.
That's the true. You need to be, like we touched on other episodes, you need to know yourself and respect yourself before you can truly have that appreciation for anybody else.
Exactly. And
If
that's
you're,
why
if you're not happy with your life or your existence,
you're not going to be happy. I don't care how many women or men that you date.
Mario will never fulfill you.
I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much you travel. Until you are happy in your own flesh and blood,
Yeah.
and until you understand yourself, how you function, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what pisses you off, until you can face anything and come out of it sane,
Yeah.
nothing outside of yourself is going to satisfy you,
Doesn't change a thing.
right?
And honestly, the only thing I can't stand is this farmer's tan. You know,
Well, guess what? You're not going to get tanned in this weather. So, forget it.
son of a bitch, it looks like my hat. Look at that. it's
Listen,
like my
bro,
hat right there.
As soon as we go outside, it might be sunny, but it's cold as polar bear's nuts out there.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Sasquatch got one on us.
So, but you have to take time to understand yourself, to learn yourself. Find out who you are as an individual. Because I hear way too often, oh, I'll be happy when I do this, or I'll be happy when I do that, or I'll be happy. No, you won't. You are
No.
not going to find happiness outside of yourself.
You have to be happy and accept yourself in your current circumstance. And then have a goal to work towards.
And once you have that,
Yeah.
anything that brings you joy outside of yourself will add
It's just bonus.
as a bonus
Yeah.
to your self
It's
happiness.
then it's just life experiences that enrich your soul.
Yeah. Facts. But again, you're not going to find that until you look yourself in the mirror, accept yourself for who you are, accept your flaws, and please understand, everybody has flaws,
Everybody.
but it doesn't mean you can't change them. Okay? You can change your flaws. You can look at yourself and say, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I'm going to fix it. And you do that.
And we're not talking physical.
No, No.
We're talking how we interact with others.
Yes. Prime example. We were talking about the N-word last episode, right?
Yeah.
So, in my youth, I probably couldn't go 2 or 3 sentences without saying it,
Sure.
right? Different environment,
Same thing with me in Star Trek.
right? I was surrounded by you. I was surrounded by it. I was in a different environment, and it was just part of the culture that I was in.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just something that it never felt like it was wrong.
Sure.
Right. I moved to Georgia. I get married. I have a kid. And I'm like, why am I still talking like this? Right?
Okay.
Why am I still doing these things? Why am I still acting this way? Would I be proud of myself, or would I want to be around myself or interact with myself?
There's the key. Knowing if you think that you wouldn't be able to hang out with yourself in your current state, that's the true key if you're happy with yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I had to change things. Right? So it's like, I change those things about myself, right? Not because somebody said something to me, or because I upset somebody, but because I self-reflected,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And I feel like everybody has to come to a point to where they have self-reflection.
They do, or else you're going to be truly miserable.
Because if we continue to function the same way we've all, like people say, oh, that's just who I am.
That's a cop-out.
Bro,
It's a cop-out.
that's who you choose to be.
Yeah. No one is controlling you but you.
That's who you choose to be. And if you're happy with that version of yourself, fine. But don't be mad when people don't want to be around
And
you.
if you're one of those people that thinks that's just who I am, take this second to look into yourself and ask yourself, is this version of me what I allow people to see, or how I truly think of myself? Is it what my parents think I am, and that's how I portray myself? Am I truly showing everyone around me at whatever age I am who I want to be, or what they think I am? You won't be happy with yourself until you act like who you think you are.
If you,
And that's what made me leave the Mormon church.
oh boy, talk about full circle.
Right?
Coming right back to the beginning. But you only have one wife.
Only one life. You gotta live it the best way you can. Whatever. You know, I try to be as stable as I can. And by stability, I mean I don't make crazy big changes irrationally. There's always major thought and processes. I think about it way too much before it actually changes, and I've prepped people around me that are close to me to know that this is the way I'm leaning and going towards. So it's not a huge, crazy thing that Steve did. He's been talking about this for 2 years. Okay, he went and got himself a 67 Impala. It's nothing new. I didn't just go out and waste a bunch of money. I've thought, built up, done these things to go in a certain path. But that took me years to get to that point. I wasn't taught these things. And that's where I like to think I have a little bit of a leg up on a lot of people. Because I do think about things many years in advance, where most people are so impatient. They don't want to wait or think about it and truly think that they want it. Because they'll think, oh, this is what that guy's doing. I need to get one too.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, you don't need to. Okay? Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt from Linus Tech Tips. Okay, I've been watching the fucking channel for years. So I'm gonna buy a t-shirt. But I don't, how do you put it? I kind of lost it. But taking your time is not a bad thing, per se.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that when you take the time to think out your process and to get to the goal that you initially want to get to, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody has a goal, right? But how you get to it determines the journey and the story behind it, right? So, like you said, you have people who are impulsive, right? They don't really think it out. They don't really plan it. They just do it.
Yeah.
And then normally there's fallout.
And that's because they saw someone else doing it worked for them.
And then when they don't get the results that that person got,
They think, it's the self-pity, whatever.
right?
There's multiple scenarios to break off from that are mostly negative because they didn't do the research to see how it would benefit or degrade their life. Fuck, I had the goddamn thing I wanted to say in my mind and I fucking lost it saying that.
And it'll come back. It'll come back. It'll come back.
C'est la vie.
But what I say is this. Fast doesn't last,
No.
right? Fast money.
Oh, shit.
It's gone. It's gone. Right? Right? It makes sense. Or not even just that. Like, okay, for instance, right? If you want to look at it this way, fast money or fast success or anything in that category normally means that you didn't plan it, which means that you have no backup plan.
Yeah.
Means that you have no reserves.
And it also means that it's not hard earned over time, so you'll lose it just as quickly as you gained it.
Exactly. And if you do gain success from it, you won't really have a lot of respect for it because
None.
you didn't put a lot into it.
Yep.
It wasn't hard earned.
Yep.
Right.
It's much. You can equate that to tools. I have thousands of dollars of tools, and I have a hard time letting them be borrowed by someone that just is getting into the trade because they have no respect for that tool. I have a ratchet. It costs $300. I'm not gonna let an 18-year-old fucking borrow it. They have no respect for it. I had to pay a fucking tool truck 7 or 8 weeks of money to pay for the damn thing. And it does one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My paint guns are $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
I'm not letting just anybody walk in there and play with them.
Yeah.
They cost more than an actual gun.
Yeah.
And they shoot liquid.
Right.
It's not even well, I mean, if you shoot someone in the eye with the paint, then yeah, that could hurt, but it's not going to kill them.
Yeah.
Unless I was to like plug their nose and force it down their mouth, you know.
But that's the thing is like you're a craftsman. You have a skill set, and you've invested in that skill set.
Yeah.
Not just financially, but
Time.
right?
20 years.
See what I'm saying? So it's like when someone just comes on like, hey man, let me borrow this tool. I want to like.
No.
Do you even know how to use this tool? Do you even know what it's for? Do you even know the process? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like,
Well, let me do a caveat. Most people I'll let use the gun, but I will be present while they're using the gun. I'm not going to let them take it to their place of work and then, I'll bring it back. You can use it here, and I'll be here. And then I'll watch you clean it and put it down. Because that is my livelihood. It's how I make money. And I can't just get on the tool truck or go down to Harbor Freight and get another one. Those are special order guns. As opposed to popular belief, the guns that painters use at body shops and dealerships, they don't just have them everywhere.
yeah.
Nobody carries them because they're so expensive. They take time to accrue and amass.
Yeah. Like if you take a craftsman, like my dad, I remember.
Oh, for those of you that care, I have 4 SATA 4000 RPs, and they're all 1.2 tips, 2 Anest Iwata Supernovas, both 1.3s, and then one SATA 3000 HVLP, a SATA primer gun with a 1.8 tip, or no, sorry, 1.6, and then a LPH 400 Iwata base gun. Go ahead.
I love that you know that. I was going to say that I remember when
I'm switching to this one for the
when I was in my teenage years. My dad has been a what we would call a handyman, right? Electrician, craftsman, plumber, HVAC, like he does it all, right? And I remember one day that he had come home from work and everything was normal. And the next morning when he got up to go to work, his tool chest was missing off the back of his truck. And someone had came to our home and stole his tools off the back of his truck, his maintenance truck, right? And he was livid.
Oh, I bet.
Right? And at the time, I understood he was mad because they stole his tools. I was like, they stole your tools.
They stole his way to make money.
But in my later years, I realized that it wasn't just tools; it was his livelihood.
Yeah.
It was the things that he used to do the tasks that he needed to do on a daily basis to make money to provide for his family.
Yep.
Right? And the fact that someone felt that it was okay to do that to a man who was the sole provider for his wife and 4 children.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, as a father and a husband now, I can understand entirely why my dad was as mad as he was.
Yeah.
As a kid, I couldn't understand it.
No, you have no basis of reference.
You see what I'm saying? But it's like, so when I look at people who feel like it's okay to be a scammer or to
Yeah.
be a AI artist, right? Or
that's a tricky subject.
All that kind of stuff. It's like you are robbing from people and you're destroying their livelihood because of your greed. And you're not even going to use the tools. You're going to go to a pawn shop
and hawk them.
And hawk them off or sell them to get...
on pennies on the dollar for what you paid for it.
Just so that you can do whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah.
And granted, I understand some people steal and rob because they're trying to provide for their family or their kids or whatever.
Most of the time when it comes to something like that, they're
and sometimes
not
it might just be drugs or alcohol or whatever, right? But it's a selfish act.
Very.
It's a selfish act,
Very.
right? And you don't know how much harm you're going to cause that said individual and the people that they are responsible for because of that selfish act.
Yeah.
And then when I see those people turn around and complain about how hard their life is and the things that they're going through, and they want people to feel sorry for them, I can't.
No, absolutely not.
I can't. Because I think about how many people's lives have you made harder because of the choices that you made.
And then how many other decisions and lives did they hurt to get to the point to do that?
That part.
It's not like they just woke up one day and was like, well, I better go fucking steal this shit. They typically start with something small.
Yeah.
And it's a graduation after that.
To the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, just work for your own shit. If you want to acquire something, work for it.
Learning the value of $1 is not a stupid frame of reference.
Work for it,
Work for it.
and you'll appreciate it more.
So much more.
Right? Give a child a toy, and they don't appreciate it. Make them work for it,
They appreciate
and
it.
they'll value
It
it.
goes back to teaching a man to fish versus giving them a man to fish.
Exactly.
But I mean, how much better do you feel when you've put in a good hard day's worth of work, no matter what your field is, and you know you killed it and you earned money that day,
Oh yeah,
and then you can lay down in bed and just
yeah. Because you worked for it.
you sleep so good.
You worked for it, and you know that the benefits of that situation, you earned it.
Yeah.
Right? You earned it.
Yep.
Like,
And then
okay,
you can go up to your significant other and be like, I fucking killed that shit today.
Exactly.
We're getting freaky tonight. We're gonna make this a red letter day.
right? Like, because it's like you as, and I don't know if every person feels this way, but as for me myself, I know that when I know I've done everything I can do to make something successful,
Yeah.
and it hits,
It's so good.
it's so good, bro.
good.
And I'm on a high for the next couple of days, right?
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, man, I know I killed that shit. I put in everything. I bled, sweat, cried,
Cloud nine.
and I'm like, and it banged, right?
Yeah.
I'm good. But it's like when
And that's natural.
it's just handed in. Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
There's no dopamine hit at all, bro.
None.
At all.
The last 2-3 years I've been telling all my family members, everybody, don't get me gifts. Honestly, the best gift you can give me is to spend time with me. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing monetarily. Just spend time with me. That's the best gift you can give. That's the one thing that we can't get back in this life.
Time. Yep.
Monetarily, I'm at a point in my life, if I want it, I'll get it. If I really want it, I'll get it.
Yeah, the wife tells me that all the time. She's like, when I want to get stuff for you, I have to hurry up and do it because I know if it's something that you really want, you're going to end up getting it for yourself. So I have to try and get it for you before you do it.
And then I can't save it for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like, I just feel like as a man, and every man, at some point you get to a point to where you want to be tested so that you can pass the test and be proven, and so that you can stand tall,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like there are a lot of men who don't feel like they've been tested,
Oh, fuck no. Yeah.
and they don't feel proven, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I say that to say this. You might not be proven yet, but if you continue to push yourself in the right direction, that test is going to come.
Yes.
And you have to know yourself enough
Before that test.
before that test, and also so that you can recognize that it is a
The
test.
test.
That it is the test.
Yep.
So that you don't slack off, you don't get in your feelings, you don't get lazy.
Most of life is preparation for key instances and moments.
Bro, you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because when that test comes, if you fail, it's going to haunt you.
Yeah. Fuck yes.
It's going to haunt you, bro.
Yeah.
You know? It's going to haunt you. And it's like, I've had that test come and I've failed, and I've had that test come and I passed with flying colors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in the times where I failed, it fucking haunted me
Oh, yeah.
for years
Yeah. I've had those.
until the test came back around and I was able to pass it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know the true mark of being a good leader? Is having failed.
You gotta fail.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to fail a couple times. It's just, there's no way around it.
If you never fail, then you're not. You're really not pushing.
You can't
yourself.
see. Well, you also can't see both sides of the spectrum.
Well, you can't see both sides of the spectrum. But in my opinion, somebody that says, "Oh, I've never failed," then you've never challenged yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Like, to say you've never failed,
You didn't push hard enough.
you didn't push hard enough. You didn't push hard enough.
At all.
Like, you've never failed. So you're saying you're perfect? There's no such thing as perfect
Change your name to Jesus.
at all. Like, you go to the gym, you lift weights. If you aren't sore at the end of the day,
You didn't push.
you didn't fucking work out, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't push yourself. It's leg day and you can still walk the next day?
Can't skip leg day.
Come on.
Dude. Funny story about leg day. The fuck was I doing? I was fixing the trunk of the Impala. I was finishing up the welding inside there and welding up the gas tank. I was bent over on my little stool, welding that gas tank with my legs all wide and bent over with my gut hanging down and everything, the little gut that I have. Welding for so long, by the time I got up to start walking around, I felt like I was been on a horse for 2 hours. Dude, my back, my legs, all of it was like, what are you doing, you jackass? You are not 24 anymore.
Oh, man.
Leg day.
Working on a car will
vital.
test you, man.
Oh, dude, in ways you don't even know. Like last night, I was telling you off camera that I did a tranny service and engine mount on my car. Just from laying on the ground and getting back up so many times for different tools, cleaning, installing RNI, all that. I'm sore. And I had 8-9 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But my body's like, hey, fucker,
Yeah.
you're middle-aged.
Yep.
So I need to start working out so I don't have to worry about this shit all the time. I've never had to work out.
Listen, man. But again, like you're enjoying. Thank you. I don't want to get cussed out in the comments.
Well, I'm already one up on you.
It's like, but like back to what I was saying, like you're testing yourself, right?
Yeah.
So like you got the Impala, something that you've been wanting for a long
I looked for it
time.
for 3 years.
3 years, you finally got it, and now you're physically testing yourself just so that you can do the work on it that you want to do, so that you can get the goal, the accomplishment, and the end game that you want, right? But that means now that you gotta physically get yourself conditioned so that you can actually do the work. You see what I'm saying?
Which is sad because I work on cars for a living. I paint them. But I'm not a mechanic I've done the mechanical side of it enough where I built my Suburban. I know how it all works. I know I can do the work. It's just I'm not attuned to it on a daily basis. Yeah.
But it's testing you.
Yes, it is. And I enjoy it. The soreness. I enjoy the soreness. As stupid as that sounds. It's like, I'm alive.
Yeah. It makes you realize like I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting somewhere. Whether it's baby steps or it's leaps and bounds, but you're getting to the end of you're pursuing and you're on the path to the goal that you're trying to accomplish,
Yep.
right? And that's the thing. So it's like that dopamine hit, right? Like I'm sore, but I got that motherfucker fixed.
Yeah.
I'm sore, but I'm on the road. This motherfucker's looking good day by day.
Every time I work on it, it's that little bit better. And
Right.
sometimes I don't notice a difference when I'm done. Other times, it's a completely different car. It's that much better with just 4 or 5 hours tinkering.
Exactly. Right? So you take that same concept, you take that same idea, and you apply it to life.
Yeah.
You apply it to your spirituality or your relationship or fatherhood or
Any aspect of
any
life.
aspect of life, right? And
Just that little bit extra time to focus.
that's it. And it's like when you take the time to develop yourself in the positive and you start to see the results, it becomes addictive.
Oh, incredibly addictive.
And you, once you start to see success,
It's even
more.
It's a drug. It's a naturally occurring, self-motivating drug at that point. You can't stop.
No.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt anybody.
And this is the thing that I
That's
think
the focus in driving life that's missing.
and I think people really need to understand this. Success is addictive, right?
Incredibly.
And I don't care how many times you fail. Everybody is going to fail.
Everybody.
Fail fast,
Yes.
right? The faster you fail, the faster you realize, okay, I can't do it this way. Let's try this,
Yep.
right? The faster you fail, the faster you get to success. The faster you get to success, the faster you find your happiness. The faster you find your happiness, the faster you get to that dopamine hit. The faster you get to that dopamine hit, the faster you realize, like, I love this shit. And the faster you want to keep pushing forward. You keep accomplishing more shit. You keep doing more things.
Yeah.
Right? That's the way it works.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. Fatherhood, husbandship, anything, no matter how you look at it. Men who are married with kids, you think that they want to deal with the headaches and the stress and all the shit that they deal with on a regular basis? No, but you know why they do it? Because of the happiness and the enjoyment and the laughter and all of that stuff that comes from
You can't
all of
truly
it.
enjoy or relish in the good times without seeing the bad.
the bad.
It means nothing.
You don't know what happiness is unless you know what sadness is.
Exactly.
You don't know what fucking...
Until you have truly terrible times, you can't truly enjoy how good simple life is.
This is going to be... I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
Until you don't know what satisfying yourself or a woman, for instance, right? The first time that you're intimately with a woman and you truly satisfy her, right? You don't really appreciate that until
Not the beginning.
You don't. But when you fail at satisfying her, right? When you fail, when you fail at satisfying her,
It will
right?
destroy you.
It will destroy you. You feel like the dude, and I'm gonna say this: dudes that actually care, because there's some dudes out here that really don't care.
give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They selfish as shit. They don't
Yep.
care about satisfying anybody but themselves.
Nah.
But when
Takes
you
two to tango, baby.
when you care, right? And you fail at satisfying that woman, the only thing you fucking think about for the next 5, 6, 7 days is like, I gotta
bring it home.
Bring it home. I gotta fix this. There's no way in hell I cannot correct this situation.
Yeah.
Right?
This can't be what I'm known for.
Right? And then when you fucking
I gotta get
nail
her
it,
before she talks to her friends.
and when you do,
Oh, it's so good.
right? When you do, and she gives you that look at the end, and she just
And you
fucking,
both just collapse
and-
on each other.
You know what I'm
and just
saying?
Fucking pure bliss and exhaustion.
You know what I'm saying? And then the
Oh.
next morning she wakes up and she takes a shower and then she goes and makes you breakfast and she looks at you and she's like, I fucking love you.
Fuck her
like,
to sleep.
like you know what I'm saying? Like that. There is nothing, bro, that
Nothing.
you can't tell me shit on that day,
No.
right? You can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like when you put in the work, pun intended. When you put in the work, when you make the effort, when you do what is necessary despite how you feel about it to make sure that you are successful at whatever task you are trying to accomplish, and you bang that shit out, and it's 100%, and can't nobody tell you, bro, you ain't, everybody's like, yo, you did that shit,
Yeah.
right? there is satisfaction in putting in the work.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I suggest that everybody on this planet make an effort to put in the work. Fuck the shortcuts.
No.
Fuck all of
Yes, I agree with you 100%.
that. Put in the fucking work.
It might seem daunting in some aspects and a lot of aspects, but it is so goddamn worth it.
Bro, there is nothing else more satisfying.
Dude.
I'm sorry. There is nothing else more satisfying.
Inherently in that statement of putting in the work, you also have to realize and acknowledge the fucking downfalls of life.
Oh, yeah.
To appreciate, you got to have all sides of it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, so true.
You can't appreciate sunny days without the rain.
Hell no.
So you're going to have to understand that there's going to be bad days, there's going to be good days. But you can't appreciate the good days without the bad.
You see, rainy days and Sundays always kept me down. I love the Carpenters.
I'm going to call you out on this one.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but that's some real white shit right there.
It is some major white shit. It is.
That's some real white shit right there, bro.
Rainy days and Mondays always kept me down.
Oh, bro. I fucking love you, man. That's some white ass shit right there. Oh my god. Oh man.
I couldn't help myself with that one. It was such a perfect, like, dumb joke here.
Oh. Man, look. I just feel like I really do. I appreciate life, man. I appreciate life. I appreciate where I came from, where I am. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like people look back at their past, and I feel like people want to say, "Oh, I wish I could change. I wish I could change that." And I'm like, you know what? Don't change anything, because depending on where you are right now, you're there because of your past.
You would not be who you are without the choices made in your past.
Exactly. And if you are a person that learned from your past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that majority of the time you are a better person from.
And if you're a
situation.
person that has those type of past regrets or wish you could change something, change it now. Don't sit on it.
Yeah.
If you truly feel that strongly about having your life, it should be a different way, change it now. What's going to happen? Because 90%, I'd say more like 100% of the time, damn near, is you're going to want to either apologize or want something different to be the outcome of whatever bad scenario happened.
Yeah.
And if you're coming into a situation where you either need to apologize or make reprimands or whatever, if someone doesn't feel the same way on the other side, then you can't feel bad about that because you tried.
Yeah. You should never feel bad about somebody else's opinion or
Yeah.
feelings. Like,
But you're trying to better yourself. That's the whole point of this.
you did what you had to do to better yourself. If
Yeah.
somebody doesn't appreciate that, that's for them. That's
Exactly,
not for you.
yeah. I try to live my life with zero regrets. And I established this when I was 19 or 20. I've had zero regrets. Everything I've done in the last 20 years, I don't regret.
That's awesome.
But I had an awakening into my actual psyche, I guess, at a more early stage than most people do. In this day and age, anyway. Because I had that one person that said, hey, do you believe in your parents' testimony or your own? Oh, fuck, I'm not me. So now I do comedian hands.
Most of us aren't, or most of us weren't ourselves.
No one has that question asked to them in a
Yeah.
serious manner.
No.
Nobody does.
I mean, a lot of times we.
But needless to say, the last 20 years, I have no regrets. Every choice I've made, whether some people might approve of it or not, the people that I was involved with during said scenario were well aware of what was going on. And that's why I don't have any regrets, because I didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
So, I want to say this. With both of us growing up in very religious households, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that we don't, as a person that grows up in a religious home, in a community of religious people, you don't truly become yourself until you remove yourself
True.
from that said situation,
Yeah.
because you are
From the church, from your parents.
from the church,
thinking on
from
your
your
own.
parents, thinking on your own, because you are very much taught, bred, breeded, indoctrinated,
Integrated, all
whatever
that.
you want to call it, into a said individual to think,
Belief structure,
believe
organization, all of it.
of that said hive mind.
Yeah.
Okay? And until you break yourself away from that, you aren't going to be yourself.
Fuck no. You can't. Until you've had some time to think about things without a... what's the word? When you're raised from birth, bred into any hierarchy or a structural basis, whether it be religious, zoologist, whatever the fuck you want to say, you're taught to live a certain way. Until you can break free from that, as timid as it may be, you have to get away from whatever you were brought into. Think for your own, test some different boundaries and limits around you, and say, oh, this is what works best for me. And this is how I can be the best person I can be. The whole goal of life, in my opinion, is to be the best person you can be. And be happy with yourself. I don't give a fuck how you interact or how nice you are to other people. If you can't be happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy to other people, and you're not going to be fair to other people if you're not happy and fair with yourself.
How many times do you see people try to make other people happy and they succeed, but then they go home and they're miserable?
But not only that, but it's a facade. They might make them having that, for instance, but over time it builds up and builds up and builds up, and then it blows up in their face, and relationships are ruined. You can't talk to your uncle anymore. It's fucking terrible. Gotta be happy with yourself.
Because you feel like you're an
Not that I
imposter.
can't talk to any uncle. I love my uncles.
No, but you feel like an imposter.
Yes.
You feel like what they call imposter syndrome. You feel like you aren't yourself. You're changing who you are to satisfy the people that are in the
Be
room
yourself.
that you're walking into.
Either
right?
they're gonna like you or they're not.
And then as you continue to do that, right, you start to hate yourself even more because you feel like you're having to lie to be this person to make these people happy.
Yep.
And then you start to be upset with yourself because you feel like, why am I changing who I am to be part of this organization or this group of people or whatever. And then you start to dislike those people because, like, why do they like this version of me? But it's like,
And you don't even know you're doing it.
right? And it's
Yeah.
like you created this monster.
Yeah.
You created this alternate version of yourself because you thought that's what these individuals wanted from you.
No.
And now that they know this version of you and they're happy with this version of you, you feel like you can't change back to the original version of yourself because they won't like who you really are.
Yeah.
So now you're an imposter in your own body every time you walk into this
In your
set
own realm of
room.
existence.
Exactly. Right? It's crazy. Right? You're literally fighting yourself.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's not healthy.
No, it's not. And it's like, just be who you are. And if people don't like you for who you are, then that is not your people.
Yeah. It's not your people.
That's it. They're not for you. Now you know that this group of people are not the people that you should be around because they don't appreciate you for you.
That does matter, because whether you're working an office job, in an automotive industry, picking up trash, food industry, clothing retail, they're all different aspects of the mind. They all create and require a different part of the psyche and brain to operate and succeed in.
Yeah.
There's many different aspects of life that certain brain types can excel in. And just because it doesn't work over here doesn't mean it can't work over here.
Nope.
You gotta find the people that you get along with and that you don't mind doing for a living. I consider myself lucky. I love to make cars pretty, and I'm really good at it. And I love hanging out with the people that are in that field. I lucked out because I found it quickly.
Most people
Not
don't.
everybody does.
Most people don't.
I thought I was going to move to California and be an actor and singer.
Oh.
That's what my life aspirations were. Thank God I did not do that. Because then I'd be a California fuck.
I can't see you as an actor.
Well, I mean, I can't act. I was leading 4 plays in high school.
I'm not saying you can't act.
No, true.
But
But being an actor as it is today,
yeah. Like, I feel like the minute that you got told to do something and you felt like that wasn't the right way to do it, you would have voiced your opinion.
oh, I'd very much be a Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I'm doing it my way, and that's going to work. Yeah. But that would have required me to do 70 films and become an A-list. I didn't feel like going through that rigmarole. I just wanted to be myself. So I went to Cars. And now we're doing this.
And the world's better for it. Because now we don't have to watch you on television.
Motherfucker. Fuck you. Oh, shit.
I can't watch you on Netflix, bro. Sorry.
Oh, come on. I could be an elf in Lord of the Rings. Give me a break.
You're not short enough.
Elves are tall. What are you talking
You're
about?
not tall enough either.
Tall enough. I'm telling you.
I mean,
And camera angles. I mean,
yeah,
come
you
on. You know.
you're taller
See,
than me
I'm
now.
tall.
You're taller than me now because of your hat. Because you're a sherbet hat with the fuzzy ball on the top. You're a fuzzy ball wearer.
Fuzzy ball hat guy.
I'm just saying, man.
The hero of Canton, the man they call Jane. Okay? Leave me alone. We steal from the rich and they give to the poor.
I just feel like, not even feel, I'm just happy that I'm happy for my fails, and I'm happy for the mindset that I continue to push forward
Yeah.
from my fails,
That's the difference. You have to acknowledge the fails.
right?
That's where most people fail. They don't acknowledge the fails.
They don't. A lot of people don't. But I'm happy for them and that I was able to realize what they were and I was able to move forward from them and to change my mindset and my habits so that I could become a better version of myself. And I'm good.
All right.
A better version of myself so that I could be more successful and make better choices and be a better man in my present days.
Yeah.
So that I now have a wife and children and family and friends who are proud to call themselves my friends and my wife and my children.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm very selective with who I hang out with and spend my time with it these days.
And that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like when I die, when this body is no longer functional and I rejoin the ethers, I want the people who remain here to remember me as the loving, caring, fun, joking individual that I am,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, don't come to my funeral sad.
No, we're having
You know
celebrations
what I'm
of
saying?
life.
I want you to come to my funeral and fucking laugh and joke and party and be like, yo, he was a cool ass dude.
Yep.
He was always honest. He never fucking lied to me. He always kept me straight. If I was fucking up, he told me I was fucking up, but bro, you can do better. I know you can do better, so
Yeah.
do fucking better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to cuss you out next time I see you.
Yep.
Type shit, right? Like, that's what I feel like everybody should be like. Like, be accountable for yourself, but hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we get better.
That's what we've lost as a society is the accountability.
we
We need to rein it in.
That's the only way that we get better. That's the only way we get better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 100% agreement.
Like you said, treat people how you want to be treated. I 100% expect for you to hold me accountable if you see me fucking up.
Oh, for sure.
Right? And it's like,
I'll be like, hey, Reese,
exactly.
the fuck you doing?
Exactly.
Would Bambi's mom be proud of you?
And bro, Thumper is not happy with you right now.
Thumper's about to thump you. I swear.
So, like, come on, man. As a society, hold on. I'm gonna do my CBS joint right now. As a society, we as people, fuck all the color shit, fuck all the racism shit,
We're the same color.
fuck all of that. There's only one race on this planet. That's the human race. And as a people, we need to look in the mirror and say, what the fuck am I doing to better society? And if you can't name off 1 to 2 to 3 things that you have done to better society, what the hell are you doing? Do something about it. Hold yourself accountable so that you can be held accountable. Change your bad habits to good habits and just be a better human being. That's all to it. That's it.
It's not that hard.
Religious, non-religious, spiritual, non-spiritual, round earther, flat earther. It doesn't matter. If this motherfucker blew up today, we're all gone.
Yeah.
Okay? Hands down.
But how are you helping your fellow man?
How are you helping your fellow man?
And don't give me that man, woman shit. We're all human. Knock it off. How are you helping your fellow individual? Stupid pronouns. Just help people. For fuck's sake.
Be nice. Be cordial. Be respectful.
Hold the door open.
That's all to it. That's it.
Start
if-
small.
And if you cannot do those simple things, because they're not hard to do.
No.
They're not hard to do.
Respect's easy.
Okay? They're not. If you can't do those simple things on a daily basis, then you have and you should not have any expectations for anybody to treat you the way that you think you should be treated.
Absolutely.
Because you're not holding yourself accountable to treat people the way that you want to be treated by them. Hands down. And that's all to it.
And on the next sermon of Lavender and Kilbright, not to negate what he just said. It means shit, okay? It does. I'm 100% agreeance. I just had to lighten the mood a little bit. 100%. I agree with him 100%. Don't fucking take that joke as a don't do it. Do it, motherfucker. I'll kick your ass. All right?
Not the next sermon, bro. On the next sermon. The next.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. On the next sermon. Oh, boy. Man, that was hilarious. I've never given a sermon in my life. Man.
Well, we never think of it as a sermon because we're not in it. We don't. When we talk to each other about things that would be on a church basis.
That's true.
We're not thinking in a church basis. So it essentially is a sermon
Yeah.
that we're coming at, but it's not, because we're not religious,
Yeah.
as it were.
By definition.
Yeah, by common cultural reference. There's 3 big words.
They're not big words, bro.
No, common cultural reference?
No.
2 of them are big words.
No.
Cultural and reference?
Those are not.
Name me 3 bodymen that know those fucking words. 3
Not including me and you.
bodymen. There aren't any. I know them all.
Okay.
Good night. Bye. Wave bye. Bye. See you next week.
You're such an ass. Oh my
It's the
god.
best way to stop it, though. Holy fuck.